Have you ever recorded yourself speaking, hit play, and immediately thought, "Who is that?" That slightly higher-pitched, unfamiliar voice that makes you cringe. You're not alone, it's a universal experience, but it's not because the recording is lying. In fact, it's the most honest version of your voice you'll ever hear. The real mystery is why the voice inside your head sounds so different. Let's break down the science behind this auditory illusion and explore how you can make your recorded voice sound its absolute best. The answer lies in how we perceive sound. When you hear yourself speak live, you're actually getting the audio from two separate sources simultaneously. First, there's air-conducted sound. This is the sound that travels from your mouth through the air and into your ear canal, just like any other external sound. It's how other people hear you, and it's the only path a microphone can capture. But you also get a private, internal signal, bone-conducted vibrations. As your vocal cords vibrate, they send those vibrations directly through the solid structures of your jaw and skull. Your bones are particularly effective at transmitting lower-frequency vibrations. This internal resonance acts like a natural subwoofer, adding a depth and richness to your voice that only you can hear. Your brain then masterfully blends these two signals, the external air conduction and the internal bone conduction, into one seamless perception of your own voice. When you make a recording, the microphone acts as an external ear. It can only capture the air-conducted sound waves traveling through your mouth. It has no access to those internal bone-conducted vibrations. Suddenly that rich bassy foundation you're accustomed to is gone. The resulting sound is thinner and often higher pitched than your internal perception. This isn't a flaw in the recording, it's the removal of your personal bass boost. The voice you hear on the playback is the real you. It's how your friends, family, and colleagues hear you every single day. The weird feeling is simply the shock of hearing your voice without its familiar internal filter for the first time. But the science doesn't stop there. Several other factors in the recording process can further alter the sound. Your microphone's placement is critical. Too far and your voice will sound thin and distant, capturing more room echo. Too close, and you might introduce the proximity effect, an artificial bass boost that can make your voice sound boomy and muffled. The room itself also plays a huge role. Hard reflective surfaces like bare walls and windows create echoes and reverb, which can make your voice sound messy and unprofessional. Even the device you're using can be a culprit. Many smartphones automatically apply equalization, or EQ, to recordings. They often boost the treble frequencies to make voices sound clearer and cut through noise, but this can also make your voice sound harsher or more brittle than it is in reality. So, knowing all this, how can you get a recording that you're happy with? The goal isn't to perfectly replicate the voice inside your head. That's impossible. The goal is to capture the best possible version of your actual voice. First, master your mic technique. Try speaking about 6 to 12 inches away from the microphone. This is often the sweet spot that provides clarity without excessive room noise or proximity effect. Next, always use a pop filter. This simple mesh screen sits between you and the mic, and it's essential for softening harsh plosive sounds, those aggressive puffs of air from words starting with P and B that can cause loud, distorted pops in your recording. Tame your room's acoustics. You don't need a professional studio. Recording in a room with soft furnishings like carpets, curtains, and sofas can make a huge difference. For an even better result, try recording in a walk-in closet. The clothes are fantastic at absorbing sound reflections, creating a clean, dry vocal sound. Finally, learn some simple EQ. If your voice sounds a bit harsh, you can use a basic equalizer to gently reduce the high frequencies. A small cut in the 2 to 5 kHz range can often smooth out any brittleness without sacrificing clarity. And when you listen back, use a pair of neutral, flat-response headphones. Consumer headphones, like the ones you use for music, are often designed to boost bass and treble, which will give you an inaccurate picture of your recording. Studio headphones provide a more honest reference, so the bottom line is this: the voice you hear in a recording is the real you. The initial cringe comes from the disconnect with the bass-boosted, bone-conducted version you've known your whole life. Instead of fighting it, embrace it. By understanding the science and applying a few simple recording techniques, you can learn to not only tolerate your recorded voice, but to actually love the way it sounds.